Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 14th of July episode of my fantabulous live stream. A little late because the squeak was really long in the bath. Because, of course, it's Tuesday night. However, I'm now here. I do not have beer, but, I have whiskey somewhere for later. So before we, here, let me just check where we are. Come on, foo. Hold on. My stupidness is stupiding. There we go. Before we get on with the show, I just want to say the usual housekeeping. That's the part where I say, if you're watching us, time shifted to next week or tomorrow or whatever, I'm moving over. Love seeing the comments appear in the doobly-doo below the video screen. If at any point tonight you really love what's going on, I invite you to hit the smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's going on, that's okay. Frowny thumb works just as well. If you strangely in a bit of a frowny thumb mood myself this evening. It was a bit of a frustrating evening trying to get down here. And if you'd like to take a more active role in supporting the channel, as many in that side chat already have, then I invite you to right-click on the join button, open it in another tab so you don't miss any of the goodness, and check out the 2 tiers of membership that are open to you for your hard-earned I was going to say country cash, but I don't know what the hell that means. Your countries? What? Anyways, what's available to you for your hard-earned cash? Check it out there. And I guess without much further ado, let's see who's commenting and kicking back with us. Who's making the night work in our favor? So let's take a look at the chat. Roll up. We had Christy popping in right up at the front there. Okay, you got to work with me. Thank you. Christy is a channel hero. Excuse me. Followed up very quickly by Destiny, who loves Ray. And followed up very quickly again by Christy. Okay, there's a bit of a back and forth of hellos and all that stuff. Christy's asking some of the more important questions. What's on the charcuterie board? Then we had we popping in. Okay, Country Boy popping in. He was the third one on. He's also a channel mod and a channel hero, by the way. So be nice. More hellos. So we're gonna skip down a little bit because you guys can all see the hellos. How many are with us yet? Oh, 19 already. La la la. More Destiny and up. Hold on. Destiny says charcuterie is all the flavors our local homemade ice cream company called Camp Ice Cream. Mini bowls. So far, the favorite is espresso flake. Well, that sounds pretty good to me. I do not have any ice cream right now. I mean, there is some in the freezer. I went and bought some, but there was no time. Oh my land. Destiny, Christian, and Mr. Scott are just chatting up a storm. Destiny says that I bet the Paul and Jess get together was great. Seems like an awesome lineup of drinks. It was. It took all freaking day. Wow, no, that's bombast. I think he got there around 2:30 if Paul's here. Does that sound right? And then what time did you leave? Was it like 9ish or was it 10ish? I mean, we had lunch to start, and we did a little barbecue magic for supper. At which point I absolutely managed juicy pork chops on the barbecue, which I very rarely manage. So I was very happy about that. And we had a lot of fabulous drinks. Beto, how you doing, Beto? How are things all the way down there? We have a crazy storm happening tonight. It was going on just before, and so all day we've had a very cloudy day, threatening to rain all day. But it was also a very. Oh, I have an ad. Who else has an ad? I know about just. So aside from cloudy, the sky was very yellow today, and that, according to the CBC, was because of wildfire smoke, because of the wildfires out in the country. So yeah, tonight we had, or we have, I'm not sure. The most important part of what I'm trying to say is, if I suddenly disappear, it's because we lost power. But yeah, there were some big boom booms, shall we say, and I think something hit something really close, because when I opened the front door to sort of go and enjoy the rain, there was a wicked smell of burning. So somewhere in my neighborhood, something's on fire. Maybe a tree, maybe something else. And that all came from me asking Beto what the weather was like down in Brazil. Country Boy agrees with Destiny, because they were some beautiful bottles. Absolutely. Yeah, Paul has access to some great stuff. I'm for this year. I've barely bought anything this year, and I decided that I'd like to see what is available at around or under the $100 mark, because whiskey has gotten so stupid expensive. I've just had like 2 or 3 ads in a row. How are you guys doing? Yeah, because the prices for whiskey are just going through the roof, through the roof. But there are still some companies keeping it real, keeping it normal, keeping it reasonable. I have just received a photo from my fiddle player. He's at a speakeasy in North Carolina, and he's having a little bit of the Taylor magic. I kind of miss the bottle of VH Taylor I had. It's very good. I don't think it's good enough to be the unicorn that it's considered to be. But the thing with unicorns is they can't live up to the hype. None of them can. None of them can. Scrolling down again, everyone's saying hi. I don't want to get caught up. Christy was jealous of all those bottles. It was a nice array of bottles to have. There's Mr. Country Boy saying hi to me finally. Ah, there's Paul. How you doing, Paul? Oh, my eyes itchy. I am so allergic to summer. This year it's not good. It's not good at all. More hellos. Oh, there's Steve. How you doing, Steve-O? I know your name's not Steve-O. I'm just being a brat. And I'm just checking up to see if I'm caught up on the YouTube side of this as well. By the way, I forgot to mention that Paul is a channel hero, as is Steve. And I believe Mr. Peanut Trucker is here. How are you doing tonight, Mister? This guy says he's doing pretty well, aside from being pissed I wasn't part of that last tasting. Hey, jump on a plane. Jumping on a plane is expensive nowadays. Canadian is just drive-by waving, probably on his way to doing something important. Yeah. Paul has blamed Jess. There's Grace. How are you doing, Grace? Are you getting poured on like we are? Yeah, why is it always jumping like this? You fools. Yeah, I do hope that I don't disappear on you. That, like, I don't lose my power, because that would suck. But I'm prepared for it. It was the night before Christmas. That wasn't a scary story. Why did I go there? What does that say about my deep, dark psyche? It was the night before Christmas? What the hell, dude? He's just getting parked. Okay. Wait, what time was this at? 9:15? Okay. So I'm not that late. Not that late. So many people saying hi. Have I missed anyone? I'm sort of trying to skip past all the hellos so that I can stay relatively caught up. So if I've missed anyone, just say, yo, man, what the hell? 2:30 till 11. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That was a good long... But I think, Paul, we tasted a lot of drams. Most of those, by the way, were Paul's drams. I had a couple of things to show, but not that much. Like I had an apple brandy that we compared to a bottle of Calvados that he brought, and I think I cracked my bottle of Craig Elke 13 to compare with the 17, like that. But it was mostly Paul's bottles. But we had a lot of drams, but we also made sure to hydrate the hell out of ourselves, and we took our time, took a break for supper, didn't rush it, and we both woke up fine the next day. Excuse me. Okay, you guys are getting ads now. I had an ad a little before. Ooh, Destiny's calling Chris fire. The friendship for the ages. Countryway says all we're getting here in BC is high heat and fires everywhere. Yeah, we've had a very hot few days. Like even when I stepped outside to feel the rain, it was a stankin' hot rain. It was still 27 degrees. It's still 26 right now. With the rain. Okay, so Destiny had 4 in a row. I had, I think, 3 in a row. I don't know what the hell YouTube is doing, man. It's starting to feel kind of abusive. Dear Mounties, I am not officially accusing anyone of abuse. Mr. Bluegrass, how you doing? To the Canadians in the house, I will say that I saw a piece on the CBC of how Californian lawmakers are essentially begging the Premier of Quebec to end the to put American booze back on the shelves. It's nice to feel wanted or needed. Excuse me. Oh my God, my sinuses. Stupid summer. So yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not getting rained out like I am. Yes, Paul's collection is absolutely insane from what I've seen as well. And Destiny says Paul was probably a famous sommelier in a previous life. I don't know how many of you guys have heard of the channel, it's 2 channels that used to be run by the same 2 guys. One was the Whiskey Tribe, and one was the Whiskey Vault. So Daniel, the short guy, bald with a big beard, his literal job title is whiskey sommelier. He works at or sommelier, as they say in the States. Works at a whiskey marketing school or some damn thing. I want that job. I mean, I think Paul could do that job as well, but man, could you imagine? What do you do? Like I want to have that conversation, right? You walk into a party, so what do you do for a living? Shut up. But can you imagine? What do you do? I'm a whiskey sommelier. I am the sommelier of the whiskeys. Oh, you're having salmon tonight? Well, may I suggest I wouldn't know what goes with salmon because I can't eat it, but oh, this whiskey goes well with dark chocolate. Like just being able to pull that out of the ether like that. Come on, man. Come on, tell me that would not be a great job. I mean, sure, a wine sommelier, sure, why, whatever. But a whiskey sommelier. I would do an entire course on whiskeys that go best with the campfire. Ah, that's what we should have talked about tonight. But that's not what we're going to talk about tonight. Although, what I was planning to talk about tonight, we probably can't talk about tonight because Tenenbaum is on a plane right now. He was supposed to be on the plane last night. Shite. We'll save it till next week. I absolutely don't want to show you guys this until he's here. Oh. But I just happen to have some samples from Paul here, so maybe that's what we'll do later. I shot a video with one of the samples he gave me day before yesterday, but I haven't had time to edit and put it up on my other channel yet. Whiskey sommelier. Yeah. So Chris, you said you were pulling into Park, but where are you? What part of town? I mean, what part of the country are you in? Wow. I'm on a new dose of my ADHD meds, and I finally hit on a med and a dose that actually sort of gives me focus. But I will tell you, in no uncertain terms, that so ADHD drugs last, depending on the med, 12 hours, 16. The one I'm on right now is 12 hours. So if I take it at 7, I feel it leave me at 7 p.m. I call it my little death because like I'm like, oh no, it's going, and then it's gone, and then I'm right back to the basket case I am without help. Anyways, so the meds have definitely worn off, and the difference is bigger because they're so like solid. But I was doing something. I'm gonna take a sip of tea. The dose I'm on is huge, though. Huge. Like I really have to keep an eye on my blood pressure. All that to say, whiskey sommelier sounds like a great job. Hey, good Mike. How you doing? How's Florida right now? Are you still in a drought, or are you getting some rain? Because like whenever we're getting a wicked storm here, I'm thinking, okay, so Russell probably had it earlier in the day, or maybe yesterday. I mean, every now and again we have a different system, but very often what passes over Russell, hits us in some way. And so like I wonder how far south that effect is going, because sometimes there's a system all the way down to Florida, right? But not always. It usually seems to be separate. Yeah, Paul wishes he was a famous sommelier in a previous life. What a great job. Or, Paul, would you rather be like a whiskey sommelier, or would you rather be like a master blender or a master distiller? Part of me would love to be one of the guys and women, of course, responsible for creating these wonderful flavors, but you spend all your time tasting towards a goal of one house's product. Whereas with the sommelier, I feel is better because you can explore all those different flavors and all these, I like Springbank for this. Well, probably like Springbank for everything, but you know what I'm saying? Whereas, Glenfiddich can really bring guys, there was a Glenfiddich in that array that was shockingly good. Country Boy says, I could probably buy Paul's Stockford, but it costs to fly from the West Coast to Quebec. Yeah, you might. I don't know about the whole stock though, because he's got some pretty desirable bottles. Chris was here by me, but we had a haboob, so we couldn't get together. I have no idea what the hell a haboob is. The hell is that? Oh, so tonight Chris is just north of Sacramento, headed to Portland, Oregon. Oregon, not Oregon. Oregon. Yes, Portland, Oregon. I'm sort of scrolling down because everyone's saying blah blah blah, hello, hi, and all that stuff. It was 46 Celsius in the city when you had to unload. That sounds like sweaty balls situation. When it's 46 C, I do not want to be outside. Oh, still a drought in Florida. Yikes! Don't love that at all. Don't love that at all. And yes, you hate summer too, for sure. Hey, there's Russell celebrating 52 months of membership. 52 months. That's a good long-term channel hero-dom. Channel hero-dom? Channel hero-ness? I do wish I had a beer to have with you guys. Although, that's a first world problem. I'm getting many texts. Many texts. Oh, Paul sent a photo. Hold on. Oh, he sent a photo of tonight's beer. Show off. By Grimoire. Le Vie de Chateau. Bière ambré au rhum. Oh, amber beer with rum. Hello. Hiding your name? Yes, yes, yes. Hold on. Check that out. Oops. Oh, frosted glass too. Come on, fool. Let me turn this down. Frosted glass and everything. Yeah, man. Paul knows how to live it up. Absolutely. Christy, load this summer. Well, you live on the surface of the sun, Christy. I don't blame you. Country Boy also does not like summer, but I know that Vancouver is more sweaty than it used to be, but I would still take, I assume, a Vancouver summer over a Montreal one because here it's awful. Christie's celebrating 47 months of friendship, of membership. Of friendship. Goggles with a heart. So warmed. Are you guys the two OGs? Is there anyone else who's been a member as long as you guys? Oh, Long's Quest. How you doing, Skip? How you doing? Yeah, Country Boy celebrates 39 months of membership. That's a good long time too. And that's appreciated by me. All my channel heroes are appreciated. You OGs are I don't want to say I cut above because that's not fair, but you know, I like knowing that you guys have found this occasionally really cool and occasionally really dumb live stream to be worth your time and money for like 39 months, 47 months, 52 months. So what's up in your neck of the woods there, Skip? How are you doing? Got any cool news to share? Anything sweet happen? Oh, I have a message from Country Boy saying it's Tuesday. Yeah, I know. But Clem just would not get out of the bath. Okay, people saying hi to Skip. Paul says Talisker 18 paired with sushi. Man, your taste in whiskey, your selection of whiskeys are a cut above mine. Because I've never even tasted the 18. Like, I think the most, I tell a lie. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. But generally, I'm around the, the 10, 12, 14, but like, I don't. when Bruichladdich put out that 18 and I did not get it, I was very sore. Very sore. My buddy in Alberta, Scott, he got it. But he got it from Scotland. Excuse me. Just since no one else will ask, how are you feeling? All healed up? Okay, so health update. Having a hernia and tennis elbow at the same time is shit. Okay, because it makes you feel like you're about 80 years old. I'm like, yeah, if I touch it, which I'm doing now, it's tender. And inside I can feel that it still needs to heal. But on the outside, it's a red scar. I mean, the redness is going away, day by day. Stitches are falling out. The scab, is coming off and everything. But I still, I can't carry stuff, in fact, my laptop bag was really, because today I went into the office. I started work again yesterday. Today, because Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we have to be in the office. So I grabbed my stuff and went, but that was heavy because I've been not lifting anything above 5 pounds for a month, right? And my computer bag is way more than 5 pounds. But I'm getting better by the day. And I'm hoping I never have to go through it again. Having an amber beer with rum, La Vie de Chateau. Where did you get that? I've never even heard of that. And is that a local or is that like a French beer? Country Boy says unto Paul, Talisker 18 is a second mortgage. Yeah, I'm not sure what it costs. Oh, Paul is asking Christy if she bought that Angels Envy Triple Oak. Inquiring minds want to know. Not yet. Oh, but Christy asked if that's a dark rum or a white rum in that beer. Oh, you'd be the mooch. I was shocked when I found out that the mooch was actually the money behind that whole operation. Like his family owned the business, right? And he was playing the role of the mooch because he didn't know as much about whiskey. But when they had the episode where they were explaining how they were going their separate ways, not because they didn't like each other anymore, but because the taxation system was getting in the way. Because the school, I believe, the whiskey marketing school or the marketing school, whatever, is, I believe, a nonprofit organization. So it was getting legally very weird for them to be running that and these channels and the distillery. Or is the distillery the nonprofit? One of them was a nonprofit and it became very, very awkward. So when they were explaining the divorce, some stuff came out that I was like, are you, the mooch is the money behind this? Well, the mooch's family. I miss watching those two interact. Especially because I don't watch the channel that the mooch kept, because I have a very low tolerance for kook, and he's brought someone on who is just way too kooky for me. I don't have the patience for it. Whereas Daniel's channel has taken a very interesting and kind of cool turn. And I like the energy of his channel. It's much more toned down, and it's like you're just sitting with a buddy and having a dram. So I just can't remember which is which. Which I think the mooch kept Whiskey Tribe, and Daniel kept Whiskey Vault. Paul, am I right about that? Paul would think it's dark rum because it's amber beer, and I would assume the same thing as well. KR4 JDG. How's it going, Gary? How are you doing tonight? How's the weather where you are? I'm asking because I always do, but also because we're under a storm and tornado watch right now. Is that still on? Let's check it out. Let's look at my phone when I'm supposed to be on screen. But I do want to find out if I'm still in danger of a tornado. Montreal. Nope. The severe weather warnings are both gone. Rainy conditions expected around 1. Okay, so it has stopped raining. Oh, yes, it has stopped raining. Good. Oh, tomorrow's going to be thunderstorming again, though. Anyways, I hope that you're not getting all rained out, Gary. Christy says to Google Arizona Haboob photos and videos. I will check it out later, though I will not use Google. I will not use Google. I'll use like DuckDuckGo or something. Anything but Google at this point. Oh, you're at the condo and the AC is out. Currently 32 degrees inside. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Do not love that at all. I like, what do you do in that situation? Like, when you prop a fan in the corner, it's just moving hot air around. I mean, there's Bernoulli effect, which cools it down somewhat, but come on, not really, not enough. And actually, I think Bernoulli effect needs it to be going into a tube slightly smaller, doesn't it? Am I right about that? Am I naming the right effect? I'm pretty sure it is. But, you know, I haven't learned that stuff since I was a teenager, so. Hiker Mike says the El Nino dries out Florida. On a positive note, though, it prevents a lot of hurricanes from forming. Well, in that case, all the power to the El Nino, because I'd rather be dry than dead. Destiny says, here's a question for Jess and Paul. Any drink similar to an amuse-bouche? Or does it depend what the main drink of the evening will be? I have literally never thought about it. I do kind of feel that it depends. Oh, Curmudgeon, how you doing? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm right back at work after a month off for a surgery. Being my first week back, it's after many days of just sort of being at home. Mornings are a whole different ball of wax than I got used to. But you know, I'm in a good place, and it was nice to have a month off to sort of clear my head. You know, I hope you're in a good place too. I mean, of course you are. You're in Alaska, but you know what I'm saying. I hope you're doing great. Hope the weather is treating you right. Destiny finally got a cooler day today. 24 to 26 degrees and a light sprinkling of rain. I like it. Oh, Christy thought that Paul had a beer and a rum chaser. Didn't realize the rum was in the beer. It is in the beer. Whoa, you're a YouTuber now. Channel, please. Pop the channel up there. Country Boy is also saying hi to Curmudgeon because it has been a long time. I'm just scrolling down to see if Gary posted the YouTube channel. Okay, Paul is popping in. Okay, right. That was the question. Love my brain. Depends on the mood and what kind of amuse-bouche there is, I would say. I have it in the samples you gave me. Oh no, but I put them in the back room. I put it in the back room. What I have here is, here's the whiskey for us. That's the Macalonis. Angel's Envy Triple Oak. It's a bourbon though, so I'm not going to do it on screen. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. That's aged 12 years. I want to mention something. Don't let me forget. Barrel Craft Spirits. That's in an Amberana blend. Amberana cask. What do you think? Should I do the Macalonis or should I go off screen to go and get the box of samples. What do you think, Paul? Hey, there's Homie Homie. How are you doing, homie? Oh, if Tenenbaum was here, you would find what I wanted to show you guys tonight very interesting. I'm just checking something here. I am tracking something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Everything sort of shifted, so I was seeing where I was in the app versus on the YouTube page. I'm on the mend. I am much better than I was a month ago. Much better. I did a lot of thinking while I was gone too. Not a lot of stuff I want to talk about online, like sort of ex cathedra, but I did a lot of pondering. A few times a week, a few times a week I do breathing meditation before I take my blood pressure, because I have to keep an eye on my blood pressure with the ADHD meds. And the reason I do that is to shed the effects of the day on my blood pressure, right? After a 10-minute breathing meditation, I'm toned down. And I feel that that is what would give me the truest. I have an ad. It's skippable. Who else has an ad right now? If you do have an ad, you're not going to hear it. You're not going to hear me. So do this relaxation for 10 minutes, because I feel that that will give me the truest indication of what my blood pressure is without the effect of running around like a fart in a windstorm all day, or being at work where people keep talking and I'm over stimulated all the time, right? But yeah, so I did a lot of meditation on my time off, a lot of journaling, practicing my cursive. I decided that this year I was going to start improving my handwriting or developing a cursive for at least certain contexts. I had originally thought I'm going to become a fabulous bass player, but I couldn't lift my basses. How did I get on this boring, stupid such? Oh yeah, yes, homie, I'm on the mend. I am on the mend. I cannot complain. You gave me 2 Talisker. I saw a Talisker sample. Oh, in fact, I think I saw the Talisker 18 while you were over, right? I think ooh. Oh, you got it at Metro. Okay. The Metro near my place doesn't have a great selection, but there's a fancy Metro in Westmount that has a really good selection. Maybe I'll go over there, because that sounds like a kind of beer I would enjoy. Ooh, Country Boy is he's going for the gold. You paid 135 US in Massachusetts. I know. Leave your keyboards alone. I know. For the Talisker 18. That's actually better than I thought you were going to say. I mean, US, right? And you know what's funny about that? When my wife picked up the E.H. Taylor for me in New York, it was 124 US. Talisker 18. I would also wonder that, Chrissy. I wonder what it would cost around where you are, because prices tend to be a little lower in your part of the country than in places in like New England, Boston, New York, places like that. Mark, throwback to last week. Original Lay's with drizzled hot sauce. So after the live stream, I didn't have original Lay's, I don't think, but I did try hot sauce on potato chips, and unfortunately, it tends to dribble off the chip you're holding, and after a few chips, you've got a lot of hot sauce in the bowl, in the bowl of chips below it. But better than I thought it was going to be. So now I do it every morning. Just kidding. But yeah, I did like it. I was careful with the hot sauce choice. Scott, did I send you a picture? Do you remember which hot sauce I chose? I'm not going to look for the picture. No, I keep looking at my phone. Stop doing it. Paul is seeing what he can do. Yeah, Talisker is definitely way more than that. But for an 18, yeah. Yeah. Evidently, Christy also tried it. Mark. And so did Destiny. So Paul says you can't find Talisker 18 in Canada unless you find it through auction. And there's the thing. I don't do secondary market. Is that what it's called? And I don't do auctions. I don't do any of that. I don't want to pay into sort of the speculators and all those guys who are. I'm making it sound monolithic, but a lot of the people doing the auction game are wrecking everything, right? They're the type who, when something desirable appears, they'll go and they'll buy a case of it and then just hoard it for 10 years and then release bottle by bottle at auction. And what that means is that the people who should be sharing the whiskey and tasting and enjoying the whiskey don't get it. I'm going to cut myself off there because there are people who will buy at auction or on the secondary because they really want something and they're going to open that bottle. Okay. Which is why I make it sound like I'm being monolithic, but I'm not. But there are so many people who will never taste the bottles because that's not what they bought it for. It's like collect coins, collect baseball cards, collect comics. Anyway. Oh, Russell sitting between two fans. And my mind immediately went to Between Two Ferns. Excuse me. Country Boy says, unto Mark, Jess sent me a picture of his chips and hot sauce after the stream. Crazy guy used the Blueberry Reaper. Right, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, so good. That's a good hot sauce, though. I mean, okay, Reaper, yeah, but Blueberry Reaper. So it's a friendly mouth bomb. Christy says, I don't have the 18, but the 10 is $81.99 there. Oops, sorry. Did I keep my Talisker 18 out here? Sorry, I'll be right back, people. I realized I said 18, but it's because I was thinking about the 18. Now that Paul's mentioned it, I meant 10. I had the 10. It's in the back room. That's a really nice beverage, though. The 10, peaty, briny, beautiful. 21.55. What whiskey do I have here? Like, so because I was so late, I kind of ran to the computer, set up, and went go. So I don't know what whiskey I have here. There's a Nika from the barrel. Oh, I don't want to open that one just yet, though. Paul. Got the Lockley again. Little scotch. What's this? Oof, the Victoriana. If I start with the Victoriana, I will have one dram of this because I'm sort of getting to the point where I'm gonna, like, once I get it down to there, I gotta just bottle it down. Cusack. What's this? Oh, it's an empty bottle of beer. Okay. Or one of these samples. Did Paul tell me whether I should go and get the box of samples or say do the Macalonies? How late am I? It's 21:56. Oh, but yeah, it's ice in the tub time at that point. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I would do. Yeah, it's over $100. Yeah, I remember spending over 100 on my telescope, which I bought for my birthday 2 years ago. Whiskey Marketplace advertises it. Don't know if it's actually available though. Well, if they advertise it, probably. What the hell's Whiskey Marketplace? Is this a URL I should be investigating? Yeah, it's hard being off from work for a while and getting back into the swing of things. Doing good here. Lots of rain. Still need to do the roof on the cabin. So we did something we didn't think we were going to do this week because I'm reduced mobility probably for the rest of the year. I don't mean like, I mean, it was a hernia. It wasn't like, I didn't have a limb removed, but I mean, heavy lifting and swinging a hammer, I just have to be really careful for the months. And like, when I say the rest of the year, it's like, I'm not building a fence in the snow kind of thing. So we actually had someone come and give us a quote for a fence and a deck because I'm not going to be able to do it. It's a lot more expensive to not do it yourself. Bluegrass says, I ain't eating nothing with Reaper in the name. Peanut Trucker says, I wonder if I change my name to Peanut Trucker Ray, Destiny will see my messages. Oh, it's just Destiny missing the messages? She saw that one. Do it. Which Macalonis? Whoops. It's just distilled at Macalonis. Whiskey for us is it's an independent bottler. Paul, did you say that's a Canadian independent bottler? Which would explain the Macalonis. Uh-oh, 2158. Go get samples, do shots. We're not gonna do go get them. Okay, I'll be right back, people. I have several bottles here. We're not doing damage. We will pick one. Two, if everyone's behaving. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm running late. However, since I started 10 minutes late, we can be 10 minutes late on this as well. In here, I have some from Paul and some from like my fiddle player. Like this is a Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. Mr. Pineapple and Mrs. Coconut, which I cannot wait to get into. He gave me a dram at his place, and I was like, I need this bottle. Here's a Cadenhead's Fettercairn, but no. Paul is here. There's a Bruichladdich Isla Barley, 2013. Signatory. So, hold on. I'm going to ask Paul what he thinks I should... Paul says that the Macalonis is from a Canadian... Yeah, it is a Canadian independent bottler. Get him. We'll stare at your clean mic until you come back. So I keep dusting it, but I wonder if like I should take a damp cloth to it one of these weeks because like it might still be getting a little dusty anyway. Yeah, it's a great sauce, Country Boy. Whatever I feel like drinking. Okay, let's take a look. But I gotta. Hey, there's Jim. Happy lunchtime, Jim. Nice to see you. Russell curses when he looks at his handwriting as well. My handwriting is embarrassing and it hurts. Like, I have messed up wrists. I have like degenerative arthritis, apparently. Shelter Point, the Forbidden Batch, number 2. Here's a Tullybarden 225 Sauterne finish. That's a Highland single malt. Let me see what else we got. Armoric, Age 10 ans. I would like to keep that and do like a little side-by-side with my Triagos. Oh, man, there's a lot of Bonahab in this, which is fabulous. Tobermory, 17 years old. Glenmorangie, 12. I know this is probably boring to you guys, but I just want to make sure. There's a Glen Scotia, 18. Speyburn, 15. Talisker, 18 years old. You know what? Paul, do you have a Talisker 18 right now? Like, why are we talking about Talisker 18? Is it because that's what you have tonight? See, I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about earlier in this live stream. That's the quality of my brain. Or should I keep the Talisker 18 to actually do a video with? Let's do that. Let's not dive into that quite yet. Paul, these bottles, like, they all feel like they have to be a special occasion. You know? Like, but I don't have this many special occasions left in my life. I'm 54, for God's sakes. Was that a little dark? It's funny because it's true. Like, how many birthdays? Oh, my land. I'm finding something here. How's about... I can't choose. I cannot choose. That's a Dutch single malt. I could be Bluegrass Bigfoot Ray. Oh my God! Everyone changed their last name to Ray, and then we'll just overwhelm Destiny. Nah, let's do the Macalonies because you guys talk about Macalonies a lot, and I've never tried anything by Macalonies. Now, so this is Macaloni juice, but in... I've lost it. Where? Hold on. Macaloni's juice, but what an independent bottler does is they say, I understand that you do your stuff in your own way, and I don't respect that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy a barrel, and I'm going to let it be its purest expression, generally speaking. But now I've lost it. Hold on, I got to find it. There we are. Whiskey for Us, the Macalonies, because I got to know what the Macaloni magic is. I just bumped my mic. Did you guys hear that? Glencairn. Oh, that's the Longmorn. That's the old Pulteney. Canadian Club Invitation Series, 18 years old, high proof. Now, I'm not generally a Canadian Club guy, but I've heard that is... Okay, Whiskey for Us. So, hold on. Everyone's saying hi to Scott. Yeah, exactly. We should all put Ray at the end of our name, for sure. No, it doesn't, but I kind of wish it did. You're drinking the Sazerac rye tonight. I've never tried the Sazerac. I mean, I won't get a chance to now, but I very, very, very rarely saw it in Quebec. I think I may have only seen it once, and even then it was at the The SAC Classic, the SAQ Classic, maybe. No, not the Classic, the Signature. Exactly. Macaloni is distillate, but bottled by the independent bottler. Jim says my thermometer hit ground screw hot today, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Yuck. Paul says ad number 4, and I've had a crap ton of ads tonight as well. How are you guys doing? Because I have it set at the widest space that's possible. I did check off to have it staggered so that not everyone saw the ads at the same time. But it's supposed to be a half hour between ads. And I got to tell you something. I have not been on long enough for there to have been that many half hours. Like I think I've had 5 ad breaks so far. Mark recently acquired a bottle of Woodford Reserve double oaked for your brother, the bourbon snob. I used to have a bottle of the double oaked, but I've never heard of the double oaked. Is that like popping back a 2x4? And does it taste super woody like that? Country Boy says to Paul, that's just weird. I jump on a boat across the strait and pick it up. Is anyone available to to Google the URL for Whiskey for Us? I've lost my cursor. Yes. Country Boy says, unto Bluegrass Bigfoot, Woodford makes some nice stuff. They do. I used to really like the Woodford straight. Country Boy says that Macaloni's is on Vancouver Island, so it's not a big trip for me. I love it over there, so it's an excuse to go to the island. I have great memories of that ferry trip. The old BC ferries, though, not sort of the new fancier ones. The old ones that were like kind of blunt, two-ended things. I've seen pictures of the new ferries, and they don't have the magic for me. And I acknowledge that that's because of the time of my life when I took those ferries on a semi-regular basis. The stressors were much different. They were much lower. I have great memories of BC. Absolutely. Christy loves the Woodford. Not gonna do shots. You're a bad influence for a guy who doesn't drink, mister. Yeah, it is very clean. It is very clean. I do like to keep it nice and you know where it's not clean is right under this. I hope I don't make a lot of noise here. I totally like on this week I totally forgot to go under the wire. Must be nice to get on the water and enjoy nature. It's such a good province for enjoying it. Oh yeah. So I'm pouring this, right? Okay, you guys with your shots. You say 3. God. Phew. Okay, next we're gonna do this. You poured a Wild Turkey 101 rye close to bottled killers. I like the Wild Turkey 101, the Thunder Chicken. And I lost a bottle somewhere in my house, which tells you I do have too many bottles. Okay, bottoms up. I'm about to sneeze. I mentioned that I'm allergic to summer, right? Okay. So, Whiskey for Us, distilled at Macaloni's Island Distillery, triple distilled Canadian whiskey, aged 4.5 years, 3.5 years in American Virgin Oak, 1 year in X-Rye Bourbon Barrel, 53 I was about to go upward at 53 degrees of proof, but that's not even 53% ABV. NCF, which is non-chill filtered, and NC, which is natural color. Okay, I just got to blow my nose. What is life? So, non-chill filtered, natural color, gorgeous, beautiful. I'm trying to look at that. Cheers. Oh, that's sweet. Butterscotch, caramel, vanilla. That's where your American oak is happening, but like thicker than that. Touch of chocolate, like a dark chocolate, 70-80%. I'm getting little nuts across the top. A little nougat. Like this is all desserty notes for me. Oh, that smells delicious. Warm. Well, warm, but yet sort of a. As soon as I said warm and did it again, suddenly there was a breeze. And as soon as I had breeze, there was something green and growing just at the back, coming up to the top. A meadow, some flowers. That, and then faintest touch of ozone. That was a big transformation in one bunch of sniffs and snorts there. Yeah, now it's a lot more complex. The syrupy dessert element is still there, but it's a little further at the back, and this sort of this meadow kind of thing is not pushing it out of the way, but stepping forward to share the limelight. Ooh, that's right up my street. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going in. Mm. Oh, there's like a custard thing happening. And then wood spice, oakiness. And then I think this is a tick. Sorry, guys. Very slight element of candy corn, but it doesn't suck. And the spiciness kind of burns. It's like, it's not peated. I'm pretty sure it's not peated anyways. I don't know because it doesn't say. But there's a fireplace element there. It's not so much in the flavor. There's not a smokiness necessarily, but there's a warmth, and it's bringing with the other things like the woodiness and maybe a touch of leather. It brings to mind like a den or a study with a leather chair for reading at, a fireplace, Cat wrapped up on your lap. Curled up, not wrapped up. Don't wrap up a cat, you animals. I like that a whole hell of a lot. I will drink it as slowly as I can, but I kind of want to go right back into it. Excuse me. Country Boy says, crossing the Strait of Georgia is beautiful indeed. Vancouver Island should be a bucket list for any Canadian. Vancouver Island's gorgeous. And those idiots have flowers going in February. What the hell? No. No. Not fair. Yeah, my sister Jacqueline, who was an interviewee on this channel a long time ago. She lives in Victoria. Beautiful. Country Boy likes him some wild turkey. Little thunder chicken. Paul, yeah, you got to go to BC. First of all, as someone who enjoys whiskey, there are some great distilleries there, as you well know, and I think that you should visit them, and I think I should visit them. Yeah, because I've never visited them either. There's one that I visited in Penticton, or I've got another ad. What is up with this? Is it non-skippable? No. These ads. Sort of, I don't know, around Penticton, little family-run place. Name completely escapes me. But like, I haven't visited any of the big boys. He said, Taylor Swift's going good with sushi. Yes, I will eat sushi, and then I will die right on camera. Ooh, Chris had sushi tonight. Nice. Country Boy says, if you love nature, you won't be disappointed. I absolutely back that statement. Excuse me. I apparently also have a sample of Macaroni's Kildare. Okay, that's good to know. Although I really spent a lot of time digging through that box. I kind of don't want to bore you guys with me going plink, 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 plink again. Yes, sushi. Studio. Stop it. Jim says to Scott, Vancouver Island should be on everyone's bucket list. It's on mine, on the way to Alaska. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, you know where I would love to see one day is Haida Gwaii. Haida Gwaii is practically Alaska, right? I'd love to see it one day. My favorite art form of all is specifically Haida, Northwest Coast native art. Some of the other nations up there do some great stuff as well. I mean, generally speaking, I like that Sabbath, the Haida stuff, the purity of line. Sorry, and the rigidity of classical Haida. Very, very. Yeah, man, it just talks to me. And how you could see, how often you'll see like human figures inside of an orca because of the whole legend of orcas being your passed on family members coming back to visit and all that stuff. That, like, the symbolism is pure and beautiful. The lines are startlingly beautiful, and it looks like a very modern art form, but it's not. Yeah. You had sushi, chicken salad, and a burrito. Sushi, chicken salad. How the hell does that work? Is that like sushi on a? Is that like chicken salad on a bed of rice? Christy asks, Country Boy, is your truck set up for camping? Because when we come there, we should meet up on the island and do some camping. Country Boy says, unto Jim, the whole island is beautiful, but the west coast, Ucluelet and Tofino, and the northern end are unbelievable. Oh man, now I'm getting all like maudlin. It's freaking hot down here, man. Russell says, so when I was a kid, we went to the west side of Vancouver Island. We went bouldering along the shoreline. One of my favorite memories. Yeah, yeah. The landscape begs you to do that, you know? I'm just showing it again in case anyone missed. Paul enjoys nature when you get the chance. Oh, next weekend you're going to the woods. Nice. To visit a friend. Does the friend live in a, like, have a cabin, or do they live in a cabin? Are they off grid? Like I would want to be. Okay, hold on a second. The sneezes irritate me. Christy is asking if they have dispersed camping there. I'm assuming, is that the same thing as like wild camping, or like what's dispersed camping? Russell says, would you guys believe the mosquitoes in rural Saskatchewan are worse than at your cabin? There, they don't fear heat or sunshine, and they're twice as big. I swatted one on my arm. It laid there for a while, then got up and flew away. Okay, so yeah. So the way you deal with them is you kill them with fire. Okay? It's the same as locusts in Manitoba or zombies. You kill them with fire. So that doesn't happen. That. Then got up and flew away. No, thank you. You can take your West Nile virus and shove it up your anus, Mr. Mosquito. The ones that bite you are the females, actually. I'll just moving right along. Chris doesn't in drunk. He said he doesn't in drunk. One of my female coworkers walked up to me today and said, "Hey, nice to see you back." And I said, "Thank you, sir." So the word skip, when the words sort of skip a beat here, it's not the only place this happens. So we're going to start that again, okay? I don't drink, but enjoy watching people drink and drink. They're very comical. Okay. Are you allergic to my whiskey? No, I'm not allergic to. Oh my God. No, I'm not allergic to the whiskey. I'm allergic to probably the dust in my basement, and I'm allergic to the season. The whiskey is it's a balm for my soul. That's BALM, not BOMB. What a bottle. What a bottle this must have been. Like, I don't think that bottle would last long in my house. I would try to make it last long, and I'm pretty good about being strong, but no, guys, you're both being brats. You're both hurting my feelings because I'm not feeling well because I'm allergic to summer, and I'm hot because it's hot, and you guys are just like making fun of me. I don't want you guys making friends, okay? Because I think my life will get very difficult if that happens. Canadian says, getting a ferry over the island, you need a reservation, especially with an oversized rig. I wonder if that was the same back in the 80s and 90s when my memories were happening. When Russell sniffs his whiskey, you smell a lot of nose. You may be getting in there a little far. So when I'm nosing a whiskey, so like this is what was it? 58%, 53. Not so bad, but like when it's above like 46 or 50 or whatever, I tend to, start nosing out here, and then I sort of get used to it. Because a couple of times, like on camera, I've had like, yeah, this is a 63%, and I've just sort of gone schnook right in there and given it a big sniff, and ended up like, I'm dying. So once I went to sniff, because like it's really good. Like if you're gonna do it right, you kind of want to get it almost horizontal, but about like that is perfect. And at one point, I was on camera, so I wasn't really paying that much attention. I went goof and just right up my schnoz. I put it down and hated life for a good 10 minutes. I kind of had to come back and reshoot the video like the next day or later that afternoon or something. Those take no sound like the Cathaven. I need to find a I need to find a bottle of that. Oh, it's Bureau of Land Management land. Okay, so up here, what you're calling dispersed camping is called Crown Land. Crown Land camping. In Quebec, they have a different term for it because, I mean, it's still Crown Land in English, but they don't love using the monarchy terms here very much. Christy is asking Russell if he's having a whiskey. No, he's not having a whiskey. Yeah, so this one is, yeah, like American Virgin Oak is like American oak, and that's it. And then 1 year in an ex rye bourbon. So that's probably rye bourbon, probably means it's a high rye bourbon. So yeah, so there's nothing. It's just the very basic cask that most Scotch and Canadian whiskey is aged in. The ex-bourbon barrels bring some of that bourbony vanilla note, as well as the vanillins, I think they're called, that are in the American oak. Like for instance, in a sherry cask, sometimes you'll get like sulfur notes, and sometimes you'll get a really different kind of spiciness, because that European oak is a spicier oak than American, for sure. American oak is very vanilla forward, whereas European oak is much. It's very spicy. It's very good, but it's very spicy. You have to have a certain amount of strength for a European oak. Yeah, and this is definitely, but like virgin oak has more teeth than something that's had bourbon in it, or like even like second or third fill. Beautiful. And a nice long finish on it too. Yeah. Country Boy is telling Christy the same thing I said. We call it BLM Crown Land camping. Yes. Research in advance. And like on places like Ontario and Quebec, you kind of have to look at a natural resources map, because we see crown land as camping, but that's not the category it exists in. You got another ad, right? Countryway has so far only had the Kildare and the Cathnahaven. Kildare. So that's the Kildare is in a sherry, right? Triple distilled pot still Canadian whiskey, bourbon Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez, and Virgin American casks. Excuse me. Okay, so this is 46%. So this is more of like a core release kind of thing than like a cask strength. I'm gonna drink some tea, and then we'll do the Kildare because I've got to know what you guys have been talking about. Both Paul and Scott seem to like the Kildare, and then that's it for the whiskeys tonight. Put a little water in that Glencairn. I'm very jazzed about what I want to show you guys next week, by the way. Those of you who are members will know what I received, but I'm very jazzed about it. And I have a plan. Oh my land, look who's here. Zach Fudge. Zach, I gave up Amazon Prime, so I didn't get to see season 2 of Fallout. Broke my heart. Still not going back on Amazon Prime because, really fuck the oligarchs. But I would have loved to have seen season 2 of Prime. Didn't get to see the rest of that Lord of the Rings series either. There was some really cool stuff on Amazon Prime. But, Paul says that maybe one day we should plan a visit to BC and visit some of their distilleries and maybe even Scott. Wow, that would be cool. That would be cool. Russell says, Jess's notes are real art. We should sell tickets. Everyone hit the thumbs up so we can do another. So how many thumbs ups do I have? Because obviously in my YouTube page, I have 1. Everyone says, yes, Haida Gwaii is just off the southern tip of Alaska. Yep, sure is. And it's in that part. It's in that part that, yeah, okay. It's in that part of the BC coast that gets really misty, right? Beautiful. Haida says to Paul, don't waste your time with me. The distilleries are far more interesting. Yeah, but we would pick up a bottle and sit out on the porch one night and have some respectful, a respectful number of drams. Not overboard. Not underboard. And definitely not just bored. Why do I talk? Russell says, kill it with fire. That's my go-to for a few things. Yep, mine too. I don't have another ad, but Paul just had a 5th ad. What are you doing to me, YouTube? What is up with this? Christy says we should all plan a trip together and maybe everyone here go to BC. It's really expensive to go to BC right now. Believe me, I'm skipping out on a wedding on Vancouver Island next month because I've just spent a month on like 70% of my income. I ain't flying to BC, especially because I'm going to Alberta in August. But we should plan for at one point. That would be cool. I'm not drunk. I can stop anytime. Paul likes the idea too. Zach says, separate branches of my extended family are home this month. Went back to the old foundation pit I used to hang out in with your cousins, all overgrown now. How did that feel to see that, eh? Peanut says, Paul is already my friend. I'm trying to fill David Evans' role. You can't replace David Evans. You can only succeed him. Arrête de chialer ici. OK. Je n'en ai pas, moi. I think he's telling me to pour the Kildare. Oh, the whole reservation thing is quite new. Okay. Things have changed a lot in the last 20 or 30 years. Yeah. Where is David Evans? says Christy, and now Jess. And now Russell. Ooh, Chris hasn't spoken to David this week. He should be back home. Right, because he was on the road, right? He was coming back from selling his place. Are you kidding me? Sixth ad? Jeez. Country Boy gets no ads. I don't get it. You've had only 2 ads so far, but now you're going to get them all. Isn't that the way of it? Shot. Oh, yes. So, pouring the Kildare. Does anyone else have a Kildare to 21 watching and only 12 thumbs up. Come on, people show the love. Well, I mean, I'm battling about whiskey on a YouTube, on a bushcraft YouTube channel, right? Because I can't do what I wanted to do tonight because Tenenbaum's on a plane now instead of yesterday. Stupid Air Canada. I don't know which airline he was flying, but somebody canceled the flight. So again, NFC is not what I meant to say. And NCF, which is non-chill filtered, and NC, which is natural color. And so this one is a core release by Macallan. This is a Kildare, so that's Bourbon, Oloroso, and Pedro Jimenez, and a Virgin American cask. This must be very complex. I like the idea, going back to what I was talking about earlier, about coming up with a class or something of whiskeys that go ideally next to a campfire. Like, okay, so some of them are no-brainers, right? What's it called? Lagavulin 16, I can tell you from experience, is perfect next to a campfire. But like, what else? Right? Because I mean, it's a no-brainer that like, okay, this is a peated smoky whiskey and it's got elements of campfire in it. So yeah. But like, what bourbons would go best, right? Because that's a whole different flavor profile. And a bourbon is, the differences are nowhere near as big as they are in the Scotch world. Like I feel that like your Woodford is probably a good campfire whiskey, especially. But bourbon, you kind of feel like you got to be drinking it from an enamel cup or something, you know? Ooh, yep. Yeah. American oak sweetness and vanilla and caramel and butterscotch. But there's sherry, there's dark fruits, sort of a dark, sort of a sour cherry. Custard again, something creamy. I'm trying not to get that candy corn that I was talking about in the other macaronis, but it's there, making me kind of like candy corn. Something airy on the top, airy. Brown sugar, melted, not melted, but when you're heating it up and you're mixing it, maybe you're adding it to a custard or something. I don't know, but there's a custard thing happening there. I gotta go in. That virgin oak spice comes shooting right in from left field. And as it sort of dissipates a little bit, some of those sweet notes are coming back out. A little thinner, though. A little thinner. And it's still in transition. Tip of my tongue is starting to tingle now. There's an aridness that's coming in. Spice, woodiness. old paper. Books though, not like a ratty old newspaper. Clearly the same general character as the other macaronis we had. Little nutmeg. No, I can't shotgun a beer because I do not have any beer tonight. No one's come to try to kick my ass yet, so I'm rather curious why you needed a mailing address. Because I'm sending unmarked helicopters, dude. But we're waiting until you've forgotten about the address question. Unmarked helicopter. You haven't seen past episode 6 of the Fallout show. I have serious issues with how the show was executed. Really, I loved it. Well, it was clearly done by people who love the game. There's a couple of things I was a little put off by, but not enough to not enjoy it. I mean, they got sort of the humor that's there in the games, especially the first two games, though. Especially the first two games, where the humor was a lot darker, and like kind of a lot more disgusting. So Destiny, I was paraphrasing a quote from a Star Trek movie. Ain't no beer there. Ain't no sunshine when beer is gone. Country Boy says, my Kildare is still unopened. I have too many open bottles. I understand that feeling, mister. I have too many I have to down a couple of open bottles before I go opening anything else. Zach is on a 2-month trial of premium. No ads, but you need to cancel before September 10th. Unless you get sort of addicted to the premium, right? I love having no ads and whatever else it may give you. Oh, Paul is asking the important questions. He wants to know which bottles Scott has and how many. Scott, it's not a contest. And if it was, Paul would be winning. But I also would like to know what bottles you have. The sherry is very strong on the Kildare on the palate as well. Yeah. Zach says, talking bollocks about booze. Never changed, Jess. Christy has 2 bottles of Sazerac and the Evan Williams. Noob, says Russell. That's adult of you. Paul has never tried Sazerac. Neither have I. Neither have I. Yeah, I picked up the autocorrect, so that's why I corrected the correct when I was talking. Wait, Christy. So you have vodka, tequila, 24 bottles of wine, watermelon margarita, tons of beer, port, Cointreau, schnapps, and so on. Watermelon margarita. You mean like in a can or a bottle? Russell says, no, that was to Scott, claiming he was a noob. So many noobs, so little time. It's very good. The independent bottler was something else, though. That was an absolute revelation. And I had never even heard of this independent bottler, which goes to show you how much of a whiskey anorak I really am. Talking bollocks about booze is an iconic phrase. Yep, I agree. I think it's a good one. Paul also has about 30 bottles of wine. We do not have 30 bottles of wine. We have some wine. We have several bottles of wine in the wine fridge, which broke. Broken wine fridge, which is a little less bougie than wine fridge. I'm going to go to till 23:11 tonight because I only started at 9:11. At 21:11, I guess. 24 bottles of wine on the wall. 24 bottles of wine. Oh, and I forgot to say, it sounds like a country song for wine moms. I love it. We really are talking bollocks about booze tonight. I wanted to talk about a knife. Just checking the time. Yeah, we'll go to 11:10. 11:30 would be fine, dude. It'll only be my third day back at work tomorrow. I cannot be late. I was a little late today. Getting Clem out of bed was even less of a chore than getting her to move her tiny arse. She went to bed late. It wasn't her fault. She has a really hard time getting up if she goes to bed late, and also a hard time just keeping the morning moving. One of the reasons I'm no fun at parties is because I wonder about things like the first person to taste whiskey, especially a peated whiskey. Like anything that's an acquired taste. It means that really early in its history, somebody had to do the work of acquiring the taste without the framework of other people around them who were like, yeah, this is great stuff. And like, so I think about that when I taste whiskey and think about how many people have a hard time with it. Like to the very and even bigger, something where there's real process involved, like maple syrup, right? Where you have to sort of boil it down 40-1. So it's not just that somebody found like tree snot and decided to taste it. And then like, oh my God, it's so good. We got to eat it, right? It's somebody clearly did not just accidentally discover that if you boil this stuff down from 40, like a 40-1 ratio, you get a great syrup. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's, how do those process things come about? And so I wondered the same thing about distilling, right? Where aside from the heart of what you're looking for, there are parts that you have to throw away because they can be poisonous, right? Who the hell discovered that element? You know, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me for a second. I love my life. Christy asks Paul, red or white? Reds or white's your favorite? Come on, man. It's got to be reds. I mean, I'm not going to speak for Paul, but for me, it's definitely red. We do drink a lot more white because the madame likes white, but I'm a red. A lover of the red wine. Country Boy is saying unto Paul, Bareface, Triple Oak, Macaloni's Kildare, and Cathaven, Okanagan Spirits, Rum Cask Bourbon. the black bourbon, a pedestrian Glenfiddich 12-year, and a Bridgeland Tabor corner. That Bridgeland Tabor corner is something else. Okay, I'm going to sneeze again. I mean, loving it. I'm loving it. Christy says, watermelon margarita made by Cuervo. They also have mango, regular one, and peach. I will just go with it. Mostly red, says Quoth Paul, but also dab into white and rosé. Country boy. I have several Woodford, Wild Turkey, Bullet, and numerous other American bourbons until the world went crazy and I can't get them anymore. Excuse me. Kirsty says the watermelon was new, so we had to try it just like we have to try every new flavor of Pringles. Christy's wondering how Paul likes Malbec. Bluegrass is agreeing with Christy on the Pringles. Paul has never had the Bridgeland Tabor Corn. It's a good bottle. And Destiny's got an ad. They're just going crazy on the ads tonight. Excuse me. Christy's asking Destiny what her favorite flavor of ice cream is tonight. I also want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And also, how are you doing after all that ice cream? Were you okay? A little self control happening there, or are you kind of feeling queasy? Excuse me. Zach said I started drinking British style shandies to beat the heat. I've got an ad, another ad. That's a lot of half hours for essentially a 2-hour live stream. Like that's a crap ton of half hours. That's like time flows differently on YouTube than it does for the rest of us. At least this one was skippable. Okay. Paul says, if I had known, I would have gotten the Madame white wine instead of red. I think it's okay. I want to try that one anyway. Oops, I just put that right back on there. Didn't mean to do that. I think what I should do, circling back again, is build a campfire one night. And once I'm done with all the sharps, right, so the fire is burning, and it's time for me to sort of just sit back and enjoy, I should bring a representative number of whiskeys. So not like 80 bottles, but not like 2 either. Maybe like 8 to 10. And pour mini drams, like a half ounce. And sit next to the fire and enjoy them one after the other, taking some time and some water and some tea in between. And a charcuterie board. and see what makes a good whiskey pairing with the smells and sounds of a campfire. I think that would make a good video. For which channel, I don't know. This one, right? This one. That'd be cool. I mean, I might not want to do it alone, because after a few drams, you might get up and stumble right into the fire. Where are we? Destiny says, Flakin' Island Mud Pie. Vanilla bean a second, third fave. Only 1 tablespoon of each flavor on the board tonight. Okay, so it's just like a tasting board. Russell loves us. That's okay, because we all love him. Paul also loves Tempranillo. Oh, Spanish wine. So Zach says that these British-style shandies are half pint of lager, half pint sparkling lemonade, or lemon lime soda. That sounds amazing, actually. What do I think of the Kildare? I think it's very good. There's a, the I'm not getting a really big sulfur note, which is good. I don't really tend to mind the sulfur, but some people really do. Big, spicy oak, dark fruits. And under that, they're the usual bourbon notes, the vanillas and caramels and stuff. Now, I also got a little touch of ozone at the top. On the tongue, the spice notes hit harder than the creamy notes, but then as everything tones down, the spice notes still hit harder than the creamy notes. But like as it trails off, what they both turn into is like a black pepper, almost over like a cheese. Like this, the creamy notes, they're still there, but because my brain is looking for something that black pepper would go with, because there is that cushiony note under it, it's going for egg or cheese, but that's not because they're actually there. It was an association thing. Very nice. The independent baller was something else, though. Very drying note in there as well. Just will try the watermelon margarita. Long live the charcuterie board. Absolutely. Paul says, we plan our next whiskey tasting sometime in August when you get back from your gig and before school starts. Yeah, we should do that. And do it around the barbecue. Because, come on, whiskey and a barbecue. Hello. It'd be more like, that might be more of like a bourbon thing, but we're men of refined tastes. Oh, Christy's out because we're 10 minutes from the end. No, it is 11 o'clock. It's not Christy's fault that we're going later because I started later. Good night, Christy. Thanks for hanging out and adding interesting stuff to the conversation. You done good. What? Country Boy says to Christy to enjoy the family time. Everyone say good night. Happy birthday to your mom, Christy. Oh, I yawned. That was one. Please don't have broken the seal. Please don't. I don't get it, Paul. Like, what the hell's going on? Black currant is a very, very friendly flavor. I do love the black currant flavor and smell. Country Boy is on a plane to Quebec. All right, cool. See you soon. Call me when you land. Paul says, bonne nuit to Christy. Wait until I open a few bottles, though, Paul, so that I can add some more to the array. That tasting would have gone even better if I still had my bottle of the John Walker and Sons King George the Fifth. Oh, Paul, yes. Hold on. Zach says, how many yawns can realistically happen in 10 minutes? Not that many. Oh, shit. Hold on. I love this idea. We could do a peated flight with barbecue. Barbecuing some ribs or some steak or some damn thing. Doing a peated flight with that beautiful. Okay, so the reason why Paul and I are talking about this is because my barbecue uses charcoal, right? It's not a gas grill. And I don't use those little briquettes. I use lump charcoal, which is actual hardwood. I prefer the maple stuff. It comes in a green and white bag with like a frog on it. The frog is like I think it's the Rainforest Alliance logo. So like doing these whiskeys next to the barbecue is kind of a traditional barbecue, woody, smoky, meaty kind of thing, which goes beautifully with some whiskeys. If I had a gas grill, this would not be the case. Zach Fudge says 2, but like here's the thing. I associate these numbers with yawning, so it makes me yawn again. Fogo lump charcoal is your go-to brand. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. Lump charcoal is not lump charcoal. Like some brands have big honking lumps and others just sweep whatever tiny chunks are left into the bag, and you end up with like this multitude of tiny little that you have to fill the crap out of your barbecue with, and they burn down really fast. Whatever's the brand that I use generally has great big chunks in the stop giving the numbers. You're making me yawn. Zach. Paul says on to Country Boy, get your butt over here so we can have some epic drams with Jess. Or not. You think you're funny? Oh, you are funny. Okay, 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left, people. It is stankin' hot down here. I am dying. I'm schwitzing, and I'm not happy about it. And it's weird because so usually the door to the back room is open. Oh no, why? Why? I did not see a number. Destiny. We have 4 minutes left, Destiny. Why you got to do this to me every time? Thanks for hanging out. And you had some good comments, and I wish I was there for that charcuterie board, let me tell you. All right. Good night. You've been in and out of the live. Have to catch the replay. That's okay. See you next Tuesday. Between now and then, you know what to do, Destiny. With the being kind to each other and all that stuff. Where is that comment from? Russell says, deep down inside, I know I'm funny. Love it. Yep. Paul says those pork chops were amazing with the spices. Absolutely. I do. I go for a rub every time. I'm not big on like barbecue sauce. No, dude, it's pork. Spice it up. Country Boy says, bye, Destiny. Sleep off that ice cream. And Russell's out as well. All right. Good night, Russell. Sleep well. Say hi to City Girl for us. It's not like Russell to take off early. Being at the condo might have something to do with it. Might be at earlier bedtime because maybe City Girl has to work in the morning. Some damn thing like that. I just keep looking at all these bottles, Paul. You've treated me so good, better than I freaking deserve. Let me tell you. Okay, stop it. There are 2 minutes left, people. Everybody be hilarious now. Oh, you were just saying goodnight to those who left. Okay. I thought you were like, good night. It's not what I want to do, but it's what I have to do because bed calls. And when bed calls, I must go. Expect 11:15. You missed last week, so you deserve it. No, because if we go to 11:15, I have to crack another dram. Went for lunch with your family today. Had a grilled cheeseburger, beef patty between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. Whoa, whoa, whoa! A beef patty between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. What evil genius thought that up? Where did you go? When bed calls, I must go. Crazy words. Country Boy says unto Zach, sounds good to me, but I'm a fatty, so there's some place in the States, I think I've said this before. They have like a double bypass burger or a triple bypass burger. Like all their dishes are, the whole conceit is that they're kind of making fun of the heart ailments that fatty food can bring on. Like I do not like that kind of marketing at all. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's smart. But like I saw pictures of what these like a double or triple bypass burger or whatever. These things are freaking huge. And I kind of feel that an all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. I kind of feel that what Zach was mentioning, that burger he was talking about, kind of reminds me of some of the things in that menu. Paul is out. Bonne nuit tout le monde. À la semaine prochaine. Toi aussi, monsieur. À la prochaine. Prends soin de toi. Zach says, local spot inside the local flop house motel. Tell us how you really feel, Zach. Don't hold back or nothing. Country Boy doesn't speak French, but good night. I think you were saying something like that. Big Macs are pretty good, but I gotta have no onions. What about just onions? So you just don't like onions, or do they? like I'm thinking about, I think it's my dad and his wife who kind of can't eat garlic anymore. And even onions, they're sort of, because as they become more aged, certain foods give them kind of heartburn, I guess. And so they like never eat garlic anymore. Russell was spelling it wrong, so I decided to go for it. Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. That works. Um, Country Boy says onions and garlic are the source of life. I fairly, yeah. What are the what's that saying in like Louisiana cooking? The Four Sisters? Is it? Are they? Do they call it the Four Sisters? That sounds like a Quebec or Ontario saying for growing stuff. Like I just totally glitched. It was going to be insightful and intelligent, which for me is quite the accomplishment, and just a sprinkle of hilarious. And I freaking glitched and it disappeared. I was like visualizing and it still disappeared. What do they call it in Louisiana cooking? Is it like the Sacred Sisters? No, the Holy Trinity, which I believe is onions, peppers, and what the hell's the Holy Trinity? I'm not going to look it up right now. Real grace. I was about to say the three sisters, but I know that that's different. I know the three sisters. I was thinking about the Holy Trinity. Russell wants to know what is in restaurant coleslaw that disagrees with your mouth. I do not know. I cannot tell you. Zach says, "I eat beef, so I eat beef to enjoy it. So you eat burgers dry. I made some fabulous freaking burgers this week. Absolutely." Paul says, "Jess, it's been a pleasure sharing whiskey with you, and I enjoy your company. Likewise, I have sent, I've given Paul a few samples of some cool stuff as well, and we've now sat down to just shoot the shift with some drams a couple of times, and it's always a good time." Maybe it's celery, carrots, and garlic. Celery, carrots, and onion. Russell says it's either onions or garlic or chives or some weird shit. It's not just cabbage and mayo. Um, there's carrots, generally speaking. So you're talking about the creamy one. Yeah. Is there like a veggie that you're allergic to? Country Boy says onions, celery, and peppers. Well, he said bell pepper, but onions, celery, and peppers. Yeah, that sounds right. Can we not make me hungry? Oh, oh my god, we're a minute late. It is 11:16. All right, so we're gonna shut this thing down so that I can brush my teeth and go to bed, and then get up bright and early in the morning. So between now and next Tuesday, everyone who's still here, all 11 of you, please feel free to be to stay healthy, to stay happy, to stay safe, to stay heroic, to stay strong. Be kind to one another. Jesus, I knew I could get to it if I just kept on talking. Good night, everyone.